Hello. A second case I looked at this week is another Supreme Court decision, this one from 2015. This case is similar to the case I looked at from 1850 in that they both have to do with how the court's precedence influences the enforcement of patents. The case in question involves a man named Kimble who patented a Spider-Man-like web blasting toy and licensed it to Marvel Entertainment under the assumption that he was going to be paid a royalty in perpetuity for this invention. After his patent had expired, however, Marvel Entertainment realized that there was a previous court decision from a case known as the Brule case that set precedents that after a patent expired, you no longer need to pay royalties to the assignee. And Marvel used this argument to stop paying royalties to Kimble, and eventually the case ended up in front of the Supreme Court. Kimble made the argument that if he had known that the royalties were only going to be paid for the lifetime of the patent, he would have argued for a higher royalty rate. And the court acknowledged the validity of that argument, but what they ultimately decided was that even if there was validity in such an argument, because of the principle of stare decisis, in that a court does not want to overturn past precedent unless there is a special justification over and beyond just the belief that that precedent is wrong, that they weren't going to overturn such a decision. So they ultimately ruled in favor of Marvel Entertainment on the grounds that they didn't want to overturn past precedent, even if it was wrong, unless there is special justification, and instead they should leave such decisions up to Congress. And this case is pretty important as far as patents are concerned, because it shows that once past precedence has been set by the court, you shouldn't expect the court to reverse course except for really extraordinary circumstances. And the only way to really change laws and precedents then, unless it's a special case, is through Congress or other legislative means.